5 seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Ten seconds. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
All right, everyone, welcome back. It's our last series of the day here for CDA, but boy, is it a doozy. We got PSG.LGD versus Vici Gaming. I'm Baseskip. Great to be here casting for you guys, and joining me once again is the wonderful Danog. How you going, bud?
Good. And both of these teams are getting that push strat out of here. They want to go for something a little different, you know. It's the first game, I believe, that LGD had on this patch, so test the waters a little bit, see.
Yeah, to me this is going to be an interesting one. Vici looked pretty good earlier in the day versus Sparking Arrow, though I'm not sure if Sparking Arrow were really giving it their all. You know, they had a few issues here and there. Vici certainly really good drafts and solid execution after that. And LGD, you know, they have not been looking completely untouchable like the LGD of old. They got 2-0'd by RNG the other day. Still, I think Chalice finding his feet a little bit on the position 1, so we'll see how he does.
Do you feel like it's still the old image of, I know he hasn't been big for the long, but old legend, it's either feast or famine with it?
Let me just, so what was the... Yeah, I'm looking at, so I think he played Bristleback in the one game, then he played Tide in the other. Yeah, I think that still maybe holds a little bit true. I've only cast the one series of theirs, so I wouldn't want to say too much. I'm definitely looking to get a little bit more of a read off of this series now. Man, lots of offlaners getting banned actually. Mars is still in the pool, seems pretty premium, but as does the Pangolier. So okay, Vici gonna go for the Mars.
Nice and safe, not too many balls. I mean, you can just stick him, let's say, go progressive ranged high ground lineup, let's say like a Lena or TA or something that just needs to be taking buildings early on. You can just stick the shield and every 10 of those hits will redirect into shield. Trying to hit that tower, which is broken in my mind.
Yeah, I think the reason I like the Mars the most here is that they, like all of the most stable offlaners are just kind of not available, so you're gonna have to pick something a little bit more niche, unless of course, you know, LGD just choose to run the Pangolier as the position 3. And this Lena has been very popular, and for good reason. The position 4 Lena has actually looked really strong today and over the course of the last couple of days, so not too surprised to see it picked up here.
And niche potential for it to go into the mid lane as well. If they go throughout the drop tubing, that is going to be a code blow their way and just make it a core and just itemize correctly. I think still very, very possible. So if there was a position for with the Mars, to get some nice damage up early on into the lane.
LGD
Yeah, it's such a strong lane. I actually don't know what carry would really cope. Like, even with the help from the Lich, it still feels kind of tough. Like, maybe you could do a Lich Jug or something and you would just look for kills and kind of trade. But even then, I think it's difficult because as the Mars, if the Jug is ever running into you, you can just, you know, spear him away. Because you kind of need the full spin duration to kill most of the time. So Morphling getting banned out, Ricky getting banned out, LGD just going to go for Rubik, so that 100%, well, pretty much 100% spears that the Pangolier is going to be your position 3. Though this is already looking like a pretty good Rubik game. Rubik pretty good against bars, the spear is not that difficult to steal and very value, and Lane is one of those heroes where no matter what you get back from casting Spell Steal, you're always going to be happy with it, which is amazing to have as a Rubik.
PSG.LGD.
It's like the lap tracker rate. Even something as simple as the Dragon Sled is really nice just to be able to push out waves in the game. You don't have to pick one of these more late oriented guys. They have a really well lineup on Vici's side that's super going to punish you if you try and drag it out a little bit.
Yeah, and this is already one of the best Rubik games I've seen in this tournament.
And
also pretty
FY
nice.
Rubik, right?
Yeah, and yeah, I'm certainly not complaining about seeing FY Rubik either, so it should be cool. I'm interested to see what his starting build is going to be. I feel like we've gone back to Rubik's just getting boots first and a little bit of regen. There was a point there where people were buying the aura items on Rubik, but I guess it depends on his lane and what he feels like his job is in this game. As LG, just going to go for the Monkey King. Keeping things pretty flexible, kind of a utility core. Maybe what they need in this situation against like the Mars lane. I think he's still going to come under a lot of pressure, but at least he's a reasonably strong laner and does have some flash farming to catch up, even if the lane doesn't go that great. So I think it's a pretty good idea.
I've seen of Summoners, not Summoners, Chalice, he tends to be quite aggressive. That's the Monkey King really wheelhouse then, if it's going to be a position 1.
Yeah, and I don't mind making Somnus the win condition on a team like PSG.LGD. I think that suits them right down to the ground, and they've got the last pick for him as well. So he's going to get to look at the entire draft and say what he thinks the game-winning hero is for this particular situation. Vici, I wonder if they're now thinking about the Naga Siren at all. Like, it's good against the Monkey King, but not so great against Pango in some ways. Though I guess when people were talking about Pango countering Naga Siren, I think it was more when people were buying more carry-ish items on Pango, and this Aghanim Scepter was really pop.
Got a decent amount of lockdown for this Storm Spirit, so it's not like it's a free game either.
No, but I guess Vici feel like they couldn't really replace the Storm in the draft, so they're just gonna take it now and keep things open for the carry pick. So whatever that's gonna be, PSG.LGD now have an opportunity to ban something that they don't want to deal with.
I don't know the Conquer.
Yeah, I could see it. They would just have like a run at you lineup, right? They wouldn't be big win condition from the mid lane. TA could still be okay as well, right? Just good one-to-one matchup against the Storm Spirit. Kind of fits that same idea. Maybe a little bit more scaling from the TA than something like a Conka. But if you're LGD, what do you ban, I guess? Are we still worried about Lycan at all? So is that a thing? I guess it's a consideration at the very least. That hero is still definitely strong. I've seen that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I kind of like a Quaswex Invoker for LGD here as well.
Lifesteal is okay as well for Vici.
Actually, yeah, I could see the lifestealer for sure. The Bat Rider is the ban. Okay, so they're also thinking about the possibility of like Mars 1 and Vici picking it through. I think that's actually a pretty heads up ban, because I think that the Bat Rider would have actually given them a really hard time. Like the Bat Rider just destroys Monkey
10
King.
seconds remaining.
So protecting their Monkey King pick
5 seconds
a
remaining.
little bit. I still really like the idea of this Invoker, actually. I think it could be a really good Invoker game. Like the two supports are just food for Cosmic Invoker. Mars hates EMP, and it's actually kind of a winning matchup against the Storm Spirit. So
It's doable. It's something different as well, so I don't mind it. Give me something to look, some bright flashing lights.
there we go. Okay, Puck Band, Vici. I don't know. I still like the idea of the Naga, but I guess we'll have to see. If they're still tossing up maybe where to put the Mars. Maybe they're still thinking along the same lines that LGD thought that they were. If it is Naga, I guess we could see something like a Lesh coming out to try and be the answer. Don't know what else for Vici. Could it be like a Slark game? It's an alright Slark game.
PSG.LGD.
Slark.
Yeah. Okay. It's good. It's good against the Monkey King. It hunts the two supports. The leash is pretty useful against Pangolier. It is a hero that this is really comfortable on. So can definitely see it here. It's something that eHome were banning yesterday. They were just targeting every single one of Virus's heroes, and Slark was one that they banned in both games. So I'm going off their information. They know Vici, as evidenced by them walloping them yesterday, and I'm just piggybacking off having casted that game.
How do you feel about
Void for LGD? So then they have to put the Monkey King mid, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that matchup go really badly. You wouldn't think it would be that good for Storm, but I think it's actually quite good. So, yeah, I could see it. It is a Slark counter. Yeah, it is like a Slark counter.
You got two really mobile heroes in the Storm. Like you need something that's able to quickly get in and come off.
Nah, it's just the TA in the end.
Alright.
Yeah, it's good. Good matchup against the Storm Spirit. It fits the kind of lineup that they're playing here as well. I think it's good.
They do have, I was saying before, they do have that bulwark against any sort of high ground siege though. On side, hopefully Yang knows about it.
That's true. I feel like I haven't seen the blocking aspect of Bulwark as much. Would be like the projectile redirection, right? You see I think people are starting to get better at using it for like the no-turn spear, using it to retreat and all that kind of stuff. But
Around the team. Found.
Yeah, but people aren't really using it so much to protect allies. I feel like that has not been so much of a thing. I think part of that is that ranged carries just aren't super popular at the moment, or like even the ones that are popular are just the short range ones, so it's not so easy compared to playing against like a sniper or a drow or whatever. But we'll try and keep our eyes peeled for it in this game. How about that?
Sounds good to me. I'm gonna go with Vici.
Oh, okay.
Got a feeling.
Yeah, I actually think this one's quite close. Ooh. Do I be the con? Well, you want me to be the contrarian here?
I don't be contrarian. It just makes it a little spicy to have.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Like, I think the Rubik's actually going to be able to get a lot done this game. I said that this is a good Rubik game. I really believe in FY's Rubik. So, and I think this TA is going to do. I think the TA is going to get off to a good start playing mid against the Storm Spirit. So, and I don't think Storm has that easy of a game, because actually everybody except the TA has a way to get the first stun, and then they have tons of follow-ups. I don't think this is a very easy Storm game. And so I think for that reason I'll go with LGD.
Valid. I just want to...
30 seconds to
I think this dual lane is going to be insane. I don't really know how LGD are going to deal with that. I think Chalice is going to be on the back foot from the beginning here really heavily. And DUI even picking up over Venom early on. They could go for a first blood top. Lip is a strong laner, but I don't know if he's going to be strong enough to deal with the Mars laner. Feels like it might just be the strongest dual lane. It's kind of like the Centaur Shadow Shaman of a year ago, where that was just the best dual lane you could, like the best dual off lane that you could possibly have. I think Mars lane is definitely up there currently. Yeah. Unless you've got one of those like cheesy counter picks, right? You've got like a Bat Rider into two heroes who can't deal with it or something like that.
Yeah, and Young's itemized pretty well forward as well. He realizes that there's going to be swapping out the Q pump for him just to try and negate a lot of... He's got tangos, he's stick, so he's going to be fine.
Okay. F1 Boots already gets a Bloodlust at the beginning of the lane here, so putting on some pressure early and really just willing to trade hits so long as he has this bonus attack speed. Really nice positioning, getting out, just staying out of the range of the tower, and continuing to get every single one of these CS at the beginning of the lane. Dang. Calm down, Ori. What's happening bottom? DUI is just running at them with Bloodlust. Not a whole lot that FY can do. X-Nova going to lose his courier. Yang's already taken a lot of damage up top here, but X-Nova also already forced the salve. Just the auto attacks come through from QW.
Bloodlust. I think Lena's already cast strike already.
Glad that they have the Bassi. It's going to be nice. So Chalice went for the Boundless. Yang getting bound a little bit here, but no real kill to be found. Chalice does miss that range creep in the wave, pushing pretty heavily. So I think Vici actually going to have to be pretty happy with that. The lane's coming towards their tower. Ori's still crazy aggressive at mid and actually doing really, really well. Is this now a kill? Storm Spirit, all right, there's the Fairy Fire. Ori's still chasing a little bit. Salve coming out from Somnus, but this is 11-3 against 4-0. All right, seems like Ori knows what he's doing here. He's got double salve to keep the pressure on, so he is just going to keep on trading. I think it's well placed. He's using a lot of mana early on here. Yeah, I think the thing that also caught Somnus off guard a little bit is the hole at level 3. Just kind of dragging him back in. F1 getting bopped by DUI down here. DUI, I don't think he's given up. He's still chasing. All right, finally at old 11, it's going to be able to push him back. The double swat buckle. Fade Bolt may be available for the root pick. There you go. Just gets it, and FY will secure the first blood.
Good timing on the aggression there from LGD, realizing that Euros was forced to not miss out on all of the creeps that were under one tower, so he skilled up into the pets in the S, not an impact.
Yeah, really just completely trapped and was overthinking that he was tanky enough, but do I quickly realize that he was maybe a little bit out of position. Chalice getting stunned up. They still have the spear. This is looking like it could be a dead Monkey King. He's at least got the mischief, but that's not going to be enough to save him. And top lane getting a quick. Nova did manage to get this pole connected, but not going to be all that useful while your carry's dead. Man, mid lane. Okay, so Somnus is starting to close the gap a little bit here. What's the courier situation though? Just okay. So he's got a salve, mango, slippers on his courier, and Ori. He's chewed through those 2 salves, so that's how he's just continued to keep the pressure up. And now he has to kind of sit back a little bit and to his bottle. He's still playing the most aggressive version of the build that he can go for, getting the second point in the overload. Makes sense, I guess, if you're going to get the point in Vortex early. Just make the Vortex a little bit more effective damage-wise.
Yeah, and you just want to be able to spam against the TA as many of those remnant ads, so any mana that you can save.
Yeah, every single time Samus comes up, Ori's just immediately waiting for him with auto attacks. And so good at playing around this this tower range. I have to say, like, it's not easy to be playing in this tiny zone between the edge of the high ground and the edge of the tower attack range, but Ori is doing it beautifully. Do I get gone on again? Hold 11 and FY, looking for him. Can they get a proc? They get the lift back. The swashbuckle ready, and that is going to be the end of that. 11 off to a hot start, and this bottom dual lane doing great.
Seem like piece this time. Ori, he's actually in a serious position, having to back off.
Oh, the gonna let Samus get a few more hits in. Does he almost have his bottle? Okay, bottle seems like it's on its way. This is a haste Rubik though. FY looking for something. And, all right, Ori has bottom lane. They bring down old 11. That's a solo kill for Yurt, but we'll keep our eyes mid. Samus getting gone on. Ori taking damage though. His lift. FY, can he find the turnaround kill? It's just gonna end up being both of the mid lanes dying, and we also lose Lina at top. Yang being chased, but he does get the pushback onto Chalice. That is 4 kills across the map.
This activity all through. This is top tier Dota right here. Team is realizing, right? Got about a 20-second where he's rotated through, taken the power route. Now's the time we have to try and make something happen, and then just pounding left right.
Yeah, everybody exploiting the fact that someone is kind of missing from the lane, right? Old 11 getting gone on. I guess top lane was just whatever was happening there. It's just the dual lane versus dual lane. And Vici, all 3 of their cores, top 3 on the CS so far. Doing very, very well for themselves. Storm needs some help to maybe secure the 6-minute rune just to keep his roll going. And I think that's where DY's coming in. They've also got a salve for him. FY coming over. Maybe biting off a little bit more than he can chew, though. The chain stun. Or one more remnant. FY trying to run it off, but these hits plus the move speed too much. DY maybe unfortunate taking the kill. Not exactly what he wanted. Getting gone on. Now Chalice has the stacks. He's got the boundless. He's got the kill. Yang does have the pushback and the spear, but looks like X-Nova might be able to finish the kill. The stick charge is helping out. X-Nova still diving. Turn around, take that hit on the shield. And actually, they get the TA mid as well. And now a double damage. Ori. Oh my word. So much for the counter pick this lane, to be honest.
Yeah, he's sitting down in 7th on the berth, and all of this credit has to go to Ori. He's lane this fantastically. He sacrificed a lot of his early advantage in the form of, and when you think it's when TA gets to those levels 3 and 5 that she starts to come back. We haven't seen it before.
Yeah, this has been super impressive. And you might say like, oh well, the Ogre's been rotating as well, right? But Rubik has also been coming mid, so it's not like Somnus is being completely helpless. FY does have a lot of gold. Yeah. Rubik already arcane boots pre 7 minutes, so he's doing pretty well. Though, yeah, you definitely wish your TA was a little bit further up on the old net worth chart there.
Why is it stacking up? So it's a comeback potential here for Somnus. So these dropping 3 heroes on she's converting on the channels though.
To the full damage on the Storm Spirit, plenty, and nothing that they can really do to turn it around. Chalice uses the mischief, uses the stick charges, but will still die in the end.
You know, getting full efficiency out of his bottle budgets as well. Rotation, pressure, it's constant throughout the map. Need to make sure that Somnus doesn't get it for a moment to either time deep. Up next B mid though.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, it's actually this is both of the I guess DY and the Rubik both getting a lot out of the early game. POW getting a little bit gone on here, but X-Nova, but there's no one to really connect with it. Chalice doesn't have a point in the tree dance yet, opting for the full 303 thus far. I wonder if Ori's gonna get the soul ring that we've seen be popular on Storm Spirit. Or if he's just gonna get treads and be a little bit more aggressive. Yang. They're trying to get the stacks at least for Chalice, but that's about it. And now the gank is once again coming top. Vision from the Dire should have seen at least a little bit of this. But I think Vici's still gonna just go straight in for the dive. TP reaction coming in from FY, but he's only now level 5. That Fade Bolt can help out a little bit more. They spear the lift across POW, running forward to try and secure the kill, but the Fade Bolt snipes him down, and Chalice finding the turnaround. Already up here invis, but it's being scouted by the Dire Sentry Ward at the back of the lane. And are you spiking a bit right now?
No, I'm good. I know it's step for now and then.
Yeah.
Plus, again, for Vici during all of this, we're calling all of this action mid and top. Eurus investing in a ball, just sitting down on the bottom side, trying to contest against this Pangolier, but really, he's never been in any sort of danger.
Trying to make it go on this Mars. Yeah, he's not going to be a super easy target there. Now he gets lifted back. Nice stun from PYW, looking for the X-Nova turnaround at the very least. Chalice won't be able to keep on fighting. Storm Spirit's here with pretty much full mana. Going to try and extend the Luna's command. He does get it out, so he's got the boat on, but the magical damage is looking like it's just a little bit too much, and PYW does get himself a double kill.
Actually important for these defense to go for that little more greedy build. I'm probably going to go finish up here. Next, you would think.
Yeah, probably.
Position that through the edge left.
Yeah, I don't know if there is some incentive to try and get like a Yules this game, but it hasn't been the common build. We've got outpost battles, actually just top outpost. X-Nova trying to swipe it, but nice done from PYW. FY does steal the Dragon Slave, looking for this kill onto the Lena. Can they quite get it? Nice two-man stun. Chalice running over, however, and DY looks like he will be next on the chopping block. Double kill for X-Nova. What's been going on with what happened with our bounty runes? So, Ori, bottled, used, Eurus. Yeah, 3 for Vici, 2 on Ori, and 1 on Eurus. Yeah. And Eurus just going for the Diffusal Blade first here, going very active on the Slark once he gets the plenty of easy targets on the game, especially just a little bit of help, or hell, even just the Bloodlust, right, from the Ogre going to be very valued this game. Somnus is catching up a little bit, not the best, at least equal to the Storm Spirit on net worth now, and actually he's been stacking. There is a really nice stack here for the TA Tier later on. Chalice already on the move. LGD trying to make a play elsewhere as the Vici pressure arrives to their top tier 1 tower. I think they would prefer to take the mid tier 1 if possible.
Not gonna run into it, though, just on complete opposite sides of the map.
Yeah, doesn't really seem like the Radiant are just in the mid fight. Ogre is gonna come in, Bloodlust his tower, hold on to it a little bit longer, does immediately put the sentry down. So DY knows exactly what's going on here. Just gonna see if he can try and hold it for a little bit, and quickly reveals that there are all 5 heroes mid for PSG.LGD. So down he goes, and LGD will secure that tier 1.
Again, Eurus happy with this. He's getting diffuse play. Just to be mindful of his rotations down from LGD towards the right side of the map, but it's like still very confident.
This is a really close game, actually. It's pretty back and forth. They need to try and get this Monkey King back in. Like, if Chalice could get the kills, then I would be feeling more confident about LGD's situation currently. At least he's now starting to get the points back into the spring, so he can at least get a little bit of farm going that way.
Somnus is rocketed back up to second on net worth chart by taking that massive ancient stack. So yeah. He's got his Blade Dagger coming into him. And he smokes up the yeah, that's excellent fire one out. That one they should look to.
Oh, they know the Pango is over here somewhere. They're just waiting for all the land. They're gonna let him channel up a little bit, land the stun, land the Laguna, and that is the end of the Pangolier. He actually had pretty good vision in this area, but they were just hiding right in a patch of fog.
Nice. First by Somnus to avoid the gank that came through from Gaming Heroes as well as the Reader above.
Okay. Well, Blink Dagger paid off. I was wondering about the, you know, it's kind of the more aggressive, more ganking build. It can also be the safer option, right? If the enemy team doesn't have the best instant initiation, then the Blink Dagger can be good. Right, and now he spotted a little target. Yang does get jumped on, but Spear of Mars gonna knock him back. And the bottom tier 1 tower is going to get taken out. Chalice securing that last. This is a really nice amount of space for the Monkey King on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah. It's close to the Echo's paper as well, so it's clear that they want to stop fighting soon, but they're going to be coming up again this middle lane very short.
Yeah, and you're looking for it. Chalice down here on the low ground. Going to get the Battle Strike out onto 2. Can he hop off the tree? FY going to try and help him out. Chalice needs to dodge the damage. Looks like he will be able to walk it off. FY maybe not quite so low. Trying for the juke, but there is a stun available for DY, and that is going to be a stack for this one. But better that FY died than the Monkey King, for sure.
Inches in that pounce by connecting on Monkey King again. Just a little bit, but he's had to rotate back forward the jungle. VG be able to put this mid lane in the meantime.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder ready. Oh, you get the good pushback onto the Templar assassin. That's going to save a lot of damage off of Yang. Can he get the arena out? That would be the big thing, but unfortunately, there's just so much lockdown. He finally gets the arena now. Chalice going to try and push the Wukong's command in here, but he isn't actually inside the arena. Old 11 a little bit caught out. He's that double kill for the Storm Spirit, and LGD not the quick kills they were hoping for on mid, and now a further jump onto the TA. Summons does get the refraction, but they've got more than enough instances to get through it, and Chalice jumping in, hops back out. He's going to be okay. PYW, and by looking to bring him down, he does manage to dodge the stun successfully, and Yura, I think he wants this Rubik. He knows where he's going. The bounty's spawned up. Yura's still thinking about it, but in the end, we'll decide against chasing after the Rubik, and it will just be 3 for 1. Very, very nice for me. That was a great turnaround.
Yeah, not being able to secure that onto the bars means that Arena of Blood popped up and just turns completely in their favor. Now, you can finish up the McKay routes there. Probably going to be building into light FY to Lennox. I just really like this build for him because we've got a lot of these heroes that are very mana dependent. Storm Spirit, the leaner of core stuff, and the greatest mana pools either of the Lark in the mob, so you're going to be keeping it fit really easy.
Yeah, a hero like Lark really wants one of his supports to have arcane boots, because he's not, especially with this build where you're just rushing defensible, you're not really sustaining your own mana pool. And I think Clark, ever since like Echo Saber fell out of favor, you really need to be chugging these clarities non-stop. Have to give a lot of props to Yang going back to that mid fight that he got the spear on the TA. That's the only reason that he survived for so long, right? He just happened to have the presence line to hit the hero on the wrong target, and then that turned into 3 kills for his team. Was done really quick. Yeah, they want it again. It just throw out the arena. Doesn't quite spear the Monkey King. Chalice getting pushed a little bit further back. PYW was hoping to come forward and get the follow-up stun there, but not happening. Ori just kind of showing up top. Just continuing to farm towards his Bloodstone. Man, he has had an excellent game on Storm Spirit. 6-1-3. Top 2 on the net worth. And Grove Bow for his efforts as well.
Just, while that attempted gank was happening, it was just there waiting menacingly, trying to see if we'd be able to get a big zip in and pick anyone off. W.
So your TP's bottom, they're looking for this gank on the Templar Assassin. Or maybe they'll just settle for Rubik in the back lines. FY, getting jumped on, they're even going to use Pounds. Pounds comes out at the very end. And also the Light Strike, FY trying to keep himself alive. I don't know if there's a way out. And no, unfortunately, does not get the Pounce, so no way to escape. Just the Rubik tanking the gank for the Templar Assassin. Does switch over to the top side of the map, and Somnus keeps on farming.
Even getting 25 kills, 8 cards so far.
Yeah. Vici are getting a little bit of a level advantage here, and being into their level 12 shortly. Storm already level 13. more pressure mid. And just sieging this by himself. He's pretty tanky. Has the Bell Giant Strength picked up along with his Hood of Defiance. Chalice threatening somewhat here. In comes the Rolling Thunder. They want to try and focus the bars, but they're not really willing to fully commit onto him. 11 finds the back lines. Yang still surviving. Finally gets brought down as the Chain Frost gets deployed. Eurus looking for his opportunity. Just waiting out all of these spells. Maybe talking to his Storm Spirit. Vici thinking about making it go, but in the end they will just give away the Mars kill and grab a little bit more farm instead.
So much importance put on this big tier 1 tower as well. PSG.LGD, they know that you take high priority with it, as they've got this to quickly take down Roshan from mutations.
This is by far the best game of Dota that we've seen so far today. Like, this is definitely the closest, and everybody's. I feel like both teams are just kind of making the right moves as well. There's the occasional support death here and there, but it's almost always for a reason. You know, it's a support dying to protect a core, or it's really just been very well coordinated. Now Vici, the mid, gonna smoke up. Where are they smoking to? I think just hoping to find something on the mid side perhaps, or connecting to their Storm Spirit, or is that he's gonna get lifted. They have enough follow-up stuns, however. There's the Boundless Spike. He's still living. He does have a regen rune, so once his team gets the catch, he can actually come back into this fight. So looking for counts on the FY. FY is getting speared up, but he's actually got the Dark Pact that gets him out of the stun, or he lets him get out. Is that going to be a good idea? The regen not getting all the way back up to full. Chalice surviving, and all 11 completely controls the team fight. Eurus deciding that it's a good idea to dive in and try to finish up Monkey King. He's got heals. They will speed back the lift, but that's not the real target. They can jump in. Chalice, he's living. He's not dead yet. Finally, they bring him down. It's 3 dead on the side of LGD. Still standing his ground and fighting. One last touch, not going to be enough to kill off Eurus, even with the crit. And now it's all the versus the world. Does get the dismount of the Storm Spirit. Ori dropping low, but still trying to stick around. PY Cleave looking for the chain stun. They do get the dragon. Unstoppable streak for Ori. FY thinks about TPing in, but it's him versus 4, and will think better of that. Unfortunately for Ori, he only gets the Bloodstone delivered at the very end, but still, what a fight for Vici Gaming.
Absolute maximum everything. So many huge plays at FY to live for as long as they did, hitting out everything, zipping through the trees at the offside with regen, wouldn't be sitting there waiting for the arena flood and come together onto those 3 hero caught together. It was just a masterclass of from both teams.
That was cool. But with that, we're going to kind of break the stalemate a little bit. Vici pushing their lead even further. LGD really needing a little bit more from their Monkey King in some of this fights. Chalice survived for a really long time, but just wasn't really able to focus anybody down. And Yang, with the build that he's going for, is just surviving for an eternity in the midst of all this. And
it's the handle for a little bit of extra armor against very right-click oriented build of D in the draft, and you'd have to think that the BKB on the Monkey King, that's the key timing. This stuff, trying to make something happen right now. If successfully picking off more 2 heroes, I mean, that gets them up closer and opens up the win condition for the LPC more.
What did we see? Okay, they put the trap up high ground just to breach. Probably hoping to get a couple of wards down in here as well. That's X-Nova leading the way over on the other side. Old 11. They're scouting him out inside the trees. He doesn't quite make it outside of the arena, but he does get into the Rolling Thunder. And now his team can come over and help. Can they get onto Eurus? They're just focusing onto them first. He's still pretty tanky, but Yang can be brought down. Eurus is trying to escape. He's fast. He's got BKB. They could think about his turn right now. Storm Spirit's coming in here. BKB, they're just going to go for X-Nova first, jumping onto FY now, focusing with the ports. Ori a little bit low on mana, needs to reset, get himself out. Somnus realizing that he's low on mana, will just be trying to chase after Chalice has been locked onto by Eurus and PYW. Somnus still finding his targets. Ori doesn't have the mana to continue to spot Yang out of the buyback. Keeping up with Eurus, gets spear on the Temple Assassin. He does have a melt, that's just gonna keep on fighting. And Old 11 doing the work. FY with the spear. Still going. Eurus can't quite escape. He's hoping for the heal, but PSG.LGD not gonna let it go, and Yang looks like this should be his second death in this fight, doing his best with the bulwark. Gets speared over. That's an eternity of stun from FY, and it will be PSG.LGD completely cleaning up this fight.
How many
F, you absolute god. Beast, just the constant CC, living in these fights, being down by a storm, constantly able to get out, save his core, and that time ended by Mars is going to be huge for Vici. Once again, LGD win conditions once more.
They absolutely needed to kill FY. I guess the zip was just too far for the Storm Spirit. I think they thought they were going to get more value out of the Storm that fight, but he had to use a huge chunk of his mana pool just getting over. They killed the Lich, and then they had the damage to kill the Monkey King, and that's where the Storm just didn't fight anymore. The TA was doing big right-click damage the whole time, and that's going to be, well, not so helpful for Chalice, unfortunately, since he did die, so not really getting too much closer to his BKB, but Templar Assassin getting quite a lot closer.
Got really the chain frost as well, next bounced over to neutral crit and didn't have too much of an impact.
I could look at you.
So, Vici, are they close to any other items? I guess the other problem there is very little value from the Mars, right? He popped the arena hoping to find the Pango, and then like Pango just got out. And even with a buyback, if you don't have the arena of blood, you're only bringing so much to the fight. So just getting the right jump and then a couple of other things going nicely for them. And that's going to bring us pretty much straight back to even. Even the win probability pretty much right back on that 50% mark.
Yeah, let's finish the same. So a little bit of status resistance for him. Gonna make those chain these a little bit.
Yeah, he have it for the bottom fight, I'm pretty sure. But yeah. I think I clicked on him when he was over by mid earlier.
Precious bounty.
But so the Slark's now going for the Axe. Gives him a lot of mobility. He would definitely be able to escape a bit better in that fight if he had it and be able to get the reset. And I do still like the scaling potential on Vici. Like, even though the Storm died there, or he's still having a fantastic game, really getting a lot of items up. He's going to have the Shivas before too long, which will be very value against the LGD side, since so much of their damage is right-click based, especially from the TA. Like, Shivas plus Howard, I think, actually changes the complexion of this game a lot in Vici's favor.
It does, and just looking at the tags built by Euros, and I just keep thinking something better that they could potentially get going, a passion more worthwhile. That could be. It is love to differentiate between these two teams.
Ooh, they're looking for the lockdown. Alright. Just trying to be making a bit of a pushback on their side of the map. Willing to contest the dire jungle a little bit more. Maybe trying to get into this area to take out that top tier 1 tower and then set their sights on Roshan. Maybe once they've got the double BKB time. They do have 2 full 10-second BKBs ready to go. So that's actually going to be very, very difficult for Vici to deal with. And they're actually smoked up. What do they see? They don't really see anything up the high ground, so instead they're just going to be heading over towards the east. They know that LGD for the most part. Yeah, this is not the best fight. Oh, on the low ground, LGD getting jumped out. Out comes the arena. It's beautiful angle. Can they focus him down? They've already locked the lead in the backline. Vengeance, Templar Assassin going in. Chalice control of the face nicely with the Woodcut's connect. They're still focusing. This angle doesn't bring is keeping him alive, and Storm Spirit not doing enough. Now Yang left out on an island. Eurus looking for his opportunity to join the fight onto a good target, but they just haven't got the lockdown. Yang's still alive. The Halberd helping out a little bit. The Templar Assassins still find him in the end. Mega kill streak there. The swashbuckle over. They found one more. They get the jump in from Aura. Does he have enough money to get out of here? He gets veered by accident. A lockdown won't be able to escape. Eurus, no shadow dance. A few seconds of BKB remaining, and the team chasing after him. Blinking to block the bounce. Great plays from Somnus, and that is an ultra kill for him. LGD, they do lose 2. They buy back onto. Actually, they bought back on the ledge, but completely wiping out Vici Gaming, and Roshan Pride will be there.
Yeah, it's just the target priority prioritization. Seeing that this lead is the one that's going the control ability tilted a bit more of each game in his favor, getting up some great like great but both times Somnus lock him immediately with all of that burst potential coming from the TA. On top of that, FY is such a fantastic with the stolen fireblocks that we're able to pick off when the story zipped in, so immediately using that fire not so much on opponents, he's able to get the incident down.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a pretty hard game for the Storm Spirit. I wonder if this decision to not go BKB is gonna to haunt him a little bit. I think the plan was, okay, I'm just gonna buy Shivas and I'll tank up, and then my team can help alive. Even if I get focused and, you know, Bloodstone active will help, but it just turns out that LGD have been able to lock him down so much and actually have a lot of burst damage. What else went right there? I guess 11 survived a super long time. Like, he was the one that got speared, but he was speared like all the way over here, and Slark spent the whole team fight running around in circles, really. He didn't find a target to latch on to.
He was happening off onto the storm as well. A lot of that damage was reduced. And even now, he just built up in strength, so much more HP. His disposal sitting at 2,500 low.
LGD with the Aegis, feeling confident, feeling strong. Monkey King's gonna be going for an Aghanim Scepter next. Vici at least wanting some outpost experience, gonna quickly grab this top one. And it does seem like LGD, we can let them have that area as they just run down the mid lane. This is gonna force them back by applying pressure on the mid. Yang has picked up a craggy coat now. Should be a little bit tankier in these upcoming fights. Well, we'll have to keep our eyes on him. Yeah, PYW also just sick of TA, jumping up, gonna go for the Ghost Scepter.
Top lane push. We'll get Brad, or at least we'll think about this tier 2 tower.
He's doing some damage. Actually, it looks like he's gonna get it. He's not quite TPing out just yet. F1 looking for him with multiple stuns. He's got the Fire Blast, not feeling anything just yet. I'm gonna go for the steal as Somnus comes in to clean up the kill. And it's actually FY sneaking it with the Dragon Slave at the very end.
No. I'm the TP first.
This is my kill. You've had plenty, Somnus. And feeling kind of similar to the last game as well. We had AQ on the Shadow, terrible start in lane, and then just goes back, farms up. I think Somnus maybe a little bit more active kill-wise than the Sheffield was, but he's now taken over the net worth in the #1 spot. Clark had an amazing start, and I really thought that Euros was going to be able to get more done, but I think the 5-on-5 nature of this game is actually working against him.
Please keep moving me. Here. Slock's going to get back.
Yeah, running forward. But FY gets the immediate return of the Storm Spirit. Ori now getting dragged her X over the Bloodstone heal is helping to keep him alive, but it's not long enough. Pushed back by the spear, and now with the Storm Spirit dead, this is just going to be absolute field day for LGD. Just running in, 11 stunning everybody out. You're doing whatever he can to fight. Wukong's fans about to come out. They will get the Aegis on the TA. Buyback from the Mars. They're trying to salvage this fight. They've got the lift onto the lane. FY stealing the Laguna Blade. Doesn't have the mana for it at the moment. They do get the set of the Pangolier, but 11's tanky, and he does have a swashbuckle to get out of the base in just a second. Retreating back to his team, and LGD rallying. They should be thinking about a re-initiation. Nice force staff. 11 actually just worked to run into the shield crash, but it seems like the decision made from LGD, they do not want to take this fight. I think they're maybe also worried about the possibility of a Storm Spirit buyback, and they are just going to get themselves out of there. Both of their BKBs on the cores, so not willing to commit in that situation.
Saving for 11 was for able to get about get in his teeth. Winning a lot, but not winning, just being able to work along the balance, try and get that attacking from this evasion, the second resistance. Yeah, one more.
Yeah, Yang getting stalked by 11 here. Oh, does he have any way out? D-Boy's coming over to try and help him, and old 11 a little bit off the mark there. Out comes the Arena looking for the Taruka kill. Yang, can he do it? Zip through from Ori. Now you see him back down. F1 is gone, and Yang still chasing for more challenge. BKB has already been forced, and this is not going to be a great fight. Pango is tanky, but is he tanky enough to survive this? Needs to get the shield scratch out. Hold 11 can't do it. A double kill for Ori. Well, going up Yang maybe not so easy, especially if you miss your spells.
Right. Tom's floating with danger of farming the ancients while all Vici gaming nearby. Now it opens up this mid lane as a possibility. They jump the cliff. Going to save it for that tier 3.
I can see why he really wants the Bloodthorn. I don't think the Monkey King's damage is both scaling enough, so he needs to get a little bit more so that he can actually kill multiple targets perhaps in this second BKB duration. But yeah, Vici up on the high ground now. LGD are they willing to use one of these buybacks? They're going to use the slightly longer respawning hero buyback. Just to put them out of here. And that will let FY respawn naturally. Slark, he did your enthusiasm for the Skull Bash in the end. He's just going to be going for the Abyssal Blow.
Getting up into level 25 as well, although it's probably going to be TA at first. 24, 2/3.
Yeah, I mean, 11 trying to steal CS from the Templar Assassin. What is he close to? So he's going for Abyssal Blade, but he's ages away. I think you definitely let your TA get her item. What else we got going on? Lida's going for Shadow Blade now. Yeah, still gonna pick up a Boom Dagger. I think his build has been 100% right this game. The Hooded Defiance and Heaven's Halberd have had so much value for him.
And the Crack as well. It just makes it much higher to go against you. I just find overall spells from FY. Different student team fight, Fire Blast, absolutely instant. Haven't seen a live decorations yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's a nice game to get really useful, like repeatable spells that you can steal and immediately use. Instead of having to sit there and wait in situationally, like you steal some Green Crush or Hoop Stomp or something, and then you have to put yourself wildly out of position to use it effectively. If I'm just able to sit all the way back with his Aether Lens and keep taking pot shots. Yeah. Oh, okay. They're kind of looking at Yang, but I think his teammates are close enough by. They should be okay. Okay. Yeah, he does have the Meld Bash. That's something to be worried about, especially with this Bloodthorn. What do they see? They see Yang. They're looking for somebody else. They know that they have to be in this patch of fog. Smoke's broken. They get the lift out of the farm. He's kind of tanky, but not tanky enough to keep him alive. A little longer. He doesn't buy back. Using it now. Euros focusing on Sombus. Can they break him down? He's got the dust. They really want his TA kill, but here comes the patch. And Sombus looking for the turnaround. Euros down. They just can't get the Storm Spear and the Slug to fight at the same time. TA still living, gets the refraction up, and that is the cleanup. X-Nova finds a double. Lean getting lifted. Yang desperately trying to finish the kills, but LGD not losing a soul as they finish up this fight and then probably look to finish up the game. 100 seconds dead for Storm, 70 seconds dead for the Slark, and they just couldn't kill the Templar Assassin.
And that instead of pulling by Samus, well, buyback eventually by the leader, but it's not going to be enough to defend against its 5-man onslaught. And going full in on that, the buyback on today, if he ended up going down, the blood times will turn around that fight. What it is, same game. 15, 61 kills, 36 minutes. I mean, that was great. Bonus.
Yeah, that was awesome. And it was back and forth and
PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. Game 2 of PSG.LGD versus Vici Gaming.
5 seconds
We're
remaining.
into the draft, and we can only hope we get a game as good as the previous one, or even better. It was an absolutely fantastic match of Dota. PSG.LGD making some really nice plays to bring it over the line in the end, and we'll just have to see if this draft is also as interesting. We've got Vici digging into their reserve time here.
Yes, they are, and we're seeing, again, nothing too out of the ordinary. Profit, very people's
PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
Bands not as good. Different this time, it just seems like one.
Vici Gaming's
Yeah, so
turn to ban.
I think what the Centaur got banned last game, right? And then we went straight into Mars Pango, so maybe some slightly different stuff making it through.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, were there... Did we have any banned in the previous game? Let's have a quick look-see here.
10 seconds remaining.
He may have been. Let's have a look. I'm bringing up the draft right now.
LGD's turn to ban.
Not sure. Where did it go? Where's my best of 3? Oh no. I think the API is a bit. How the API is having an issue, so it's not available on Dota Buff. Yeah.
5 seconds.
Well, that makes sense.
Turn to ban.
I don't think there's any way just off the overview page to see what the. Anyway, the underloading band, Hango gets removed. So again, a lot of focus on these off-lane heroes.
No off-lane heroes, that's the plan.
Yeah, nobody's allowed to play off-lane. If you want to play off-lane, you got to play something
LGD
off out of the meta. Yeah, okay. Well, Vici are like, well, look, if we can't get a good off-laner, you can't get a good off-laner either. So there. For off-lane?
Yeah.
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
Yeah, Beastmaster, Cat Rider. Yeah. Well, so we've been seeing some slightly unconventional. Yeah, the Legion's actually probably one of the best that's still left.
5
So,
seconds
could-
remaining.
Yeah, I could see any of these. But you don't have the easy one. You don't have the first visible ones as much. So, all right, LGD just gonna go for the Keeper of the Light. So might get Coddle Ember, might get Coddle Bristle. Vici not having to think about what they want to deal with this. If they want to just go for catch, do they want to try and pick up an Ix Assassin or something?
Oh, my God.
Seconds remaining.
Coddle Spec.
Something a
5
bit different, you know?
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I haven't seen this Sven in a while. Actually, that hero is falling out of favor.
Since they have the Chakra Magic
Vici Gaming's
cooldown rush by 1 second, I have not hit a single Sven.
Weird. Okay, so they take the Emperor themselves. They don't want to give away the combo. they are still going to have to be careful of counter picks on the Ember. We have, of course, seen Ember just get pushed over into position 4, so there's an option there. And Vici just going to go for the Phoenix, so fighting team fight with team fight. It's not a bad idea, necessarily. So for LGD, I don't know. If you want to just lock in your offlaner now, I guess you could take the... I wouldn't mind seeing the Beastmaster. I think it was Faith Beyond yesterday playing Beastmaster, and he maxed axes and got a Soul Ring against Airblade in lane and just kept spamming axes. Got a Veil as well. Could see this
against two to it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well, LGD is going to take the Nyx Assassin for themselves. Alright, so that is their support duo all stitched up, and just going to get a little bit more information out of Vici in the next round as well as they see a pick. So, I don't mind. The Nyx Assassin's good against Ember, but it's also pretty good against the Phoenix. It's nice to have a very reliable way to cancel the Sunray, because often the Sunray is just surprisingly good at turning fights, right? You're going on some guy, and then he gets down to 25%, and then you see the Sunray, and you're like, he's not dead yet.
It's still an alright Rubik game. Like, not as insane as last.
Gaming's turn to ban.
Yeah. For what? For Vici?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other big Carl combo is going to get banned out. Bristleback getting removed, Nagasarn getting removed. I guess mostly because they just don't feel like they have the AoE for it, and would have also been decent with the Phoenix, have the song, and you're not going to get the damage, but at least you're going to get the lockdown.
10 seconds remaining.
So for Vici, now they have to show us something. They actually have to start. I guess they can just pick another support if they want. Pick their 5, pick a Lich or something.
I'm just trying to think what this Nagasarn and is. Comfort.
Right.
They've got a lot of, I suppose, on team fight potentially if they have this slot.
Maybe they're looking to pick like a troll or something, and then they do not want to play that into the Naga, so they're getting rid of that ahead of time. And okay, I do like the clockwork against the 2 supports that LGD have shown so far, though we have seen this pick can be a little bit of a gamble. I guess it could just end up being like the 5 this game if it doesn't look that great of a clock game. Yeah, it could be as well. That's also an option for sure. And I like the clockwork. You can kind of protect
5 seconds
the egg a little. I was thinking along the lines of like a Treant, but I think this also works for sure. So LGD just don't really get a whole lot more information out of that either. Like,
yeah, I think it would have been a very different story if they'd on, or if, like, for example, if melee oriented up, maybe
yeah,
bait to try and get a huge echo slap. Similar things of that.
Yeah. I guess both teams should keep their drafts as open as they can until the very end. LGD now are going to have to give away some information as they decide on a core. I still think that the Beastmaster looks okay. They could just take the Legion, yeah. So, I mean, Legion's certainly good against, pretty good against Phoenix, pretty good against Ember. So, certainly not upset about having it here if you are PSG.LGD. And for Vici, I don't feel like there's an obvious core pick.
Where this is
5 seconds remaining.
artwork, Phoenix, 1 Ember, or Shadow Demon.
I can kind of see it. I think it's too much of an adjustment. I would rather just pick some core that's like good, decent at laning against the lead commander. Like, I was talking about Troll being the reason that LGD are getting rid of like but I could also see Troll for Vici here, or just some other hero that like Legion can't easily against. Like they could even pick the Monkey King in this spot if they wanted to, though they might still want to keep the option open to run Ember on the safe lane because they've still got the last overall pick of the draft, right? So they might not be willing to clog up their mid lane by picking a safe laner here. So they might just try and pick the whatever off lane they think is the best, and then they've still got their mid pick. And then, you know, maybe Ember's getting thrown to the wolves a little bit by getting put bottom against the Knicks LC, but he's not the win condition this game, that's for sure.
He maximizes mobility, maximizes survivability, and how he's going on.
Yeah, so they just take the off laner because I really don't think they're willing to force the Ember to go mid here. And maybe they don't have any hero that they're like, oh, there's another hero that we can pick that we can still kind of hold up as like, oh, it could be mid, could be safe lane, or like could be mid, could be a side lane.
5 seconds.
They did have the last pick priority of
Vici Gaming's turn to battle.
last pick overall. So I think that's what they're having there. In mid lane 4.
Yeah. I think this is an alright morph pick. Right? There's not a ton of hard lockdown from Vici. If you can morph into the Ember, that's pretty nice.
5 seconds remain.
What else?
Okay.
Just seems like a popular core at the moment, I guess.
PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
D.
Interesting.
Does that suggest something that allows them to act?
Yeah, maybe. Or...
Troll kind of gets bodied a little.
Yeah, I don't know if this is so much a troll game anymore, especially with the Morphling. Like, I think Morphling actually has a pretty good matchup there. So LGD, what do you ban? What are you worried about? What can Vici take that is like kind of a Morphling counter, but still makes their draft work? I think they need to overall play pretty fast. I think that's maybe one way to punish LGD, and that's part of why they go for the Beastmaster here, but I don't know. Maybe just some Ursa or something. Yeah, I like the idea of Prophet. It is one of the fastest heroes pushing wise, for sure.
The nature's Prophet.
I'm with you, 100%. Good.
He's just got so much presence. Phoenix can dive in from Ember Spirit, he's got his remnants, and Beastmaster is going to be the staple that you just.
Yeah. Okay, so LGD just banned PA.
Vici Gaming's turn to
I guess they just picked some mid. Alright. Clop, sure. There's not too many counter picks to the Clop. Our Vici now just gonna do what we saw the other day earlier today with the like it pick and just be like, alright, screw it, we're just gonna play fast. It would be way better if they could. Well, now the problem is that the Ember is still kind of a liability, right? Either he has to play against the Legion or he has to play against the Quap. Neither one of which is great. And Vici is gonna go for the rookie. So it is a run at you hero, pretty good against the Queen of Pain and the Morphling actually. So a nice pick, but I worry about the staying power of their lineup. Who do you got, Danog?
Feel an LG.
Chalice's cosmetics are dumb. Why does he only have this stupid hat?
That's probably why he has it.
Well, it just it looks. Everyone else is like so tricked out, and it's just regular Morphling with a dumb hat.
Like a water temple god.
5
I
seconds remaining.
guess. There are other pieces to that set.
He's floating water. Like, what do you expect?
I expect people to cover his heinous base model with more cosmetics. That's what I expect.
He looks like a soft serve cone a little bit, waist down.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Combos available. Excellent. Macro basically rebounds.
Yeah, it's definitely really good.
Chalice.
So, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Vici's lanes and like what this clockwork exactly is going to do. I think that's also part of maybe where the Morphling comes out. Like, it's a decent carry, and the Vici supports just don't really have stuns. Catch him, so
It's a 4 melee lock.
yeah,
Up against a Queen of Pain,
yeah,
Sonic Wave,
yep,
Overwhelming Odds, Will-O-Wisp,
yep,
Nick the Tats.
yeah,
It's a lot.
yeah. I have seen this Ricky pick do quite well and like take over games, but I'm not sure if this particular game is gonna be that kind of game. So I think I'm with you. I think I'm going for LGD.
I mean, I'm gonna be happy regardless if we see quality last time.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how it all works out. What do you think? What's the item build for the Morphling this game? Is this
No headdresses this time around.
okay? So instead, just a bunch of regen on DY. So Yang is actually in the safe lane currently. Are Vici actually going aggressive? So they're going aggro to shut down the Morphling. I kind of like this. I think this is the adjustment for them to make the lanes a little bit better. LGD don't have a good tri-lane, right? It's Nyx, Coddle,
30 seconds.
Morphling. They didn't want to play tri-lane versus tri-lane, I don't think, against Clockwork, Phoenix, Ricky.
Yeah, and it's always the situation kind of whoever the TP's then the second team can just how they want, not like they use a second rig.
That's why you've got these wards and stuff as well, right? Just everyone's trying to scout what the lanes are going to be, get the matchups that they want. So let's see, Keeper Blight coming down here, and yeah, I'm really on board with this Vici aggro trial, and I think this is going to help them out quite a bit. And
That's what they're keen for as well. Ricky opting for the Venom instead of Quelling Blades. Steve taking these little.
yep, just punching on Dex, but not a whole lot that he can do. It does take one shot back. They're trying to block it. I think they're LGD realizing what's going on here. They know that they need to keep this lane back. But Eurus has been blocking like a madman, actually. And does get it to still a pretty decent position. PYW coming around. UI sniping couriers, so no sentry for this lane for X-Novo. Mid lane, FY has just been running at Ori for a second while he's making his way down bottom. Maybe not even making his way down bottom. Is he actually just sniping courier? Is this actually going to work? Nyx Assassin courier snipe. I'll give you his vision. Comes up. Hello. One touch. Two touch. Courier dead. Alright. FY winning the mid lane.
30 gold. Massive.
Yeah. Oh god. Wait, wait. What's the banner still here? What? Hello? Huh?
Do you mean why bounty runes are by the chain?
No, why is there still a bounty rune here? Hello? At a minute and 20 seconds?
Characteristic missed it.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit difficult. Still getting chased down. Battery assault, decent duration, and he is dead. Well, he had a great start. He got the courier snipe, he got a free bouncy rune, and then Vici put him in the ground. So, there you go.
clockwork as well, so he's already got the feed very, very. Might even snuff this clear with the ramp band.
Oh man, this settlement's going well. So FY is trying to apply pressure elsewhere to get the tri-lane to break up, because I don't think he can actually, I don't think he can actually come bottom and do anything about the tri-lane. So instead, he's just trying to pressure elsewhere on that. Despite the tri-lane, Chalice still CSing pretty nicely down here, and in fact, across the board, LGD doing better on the CS. Ori looking dead on mid, does manage to dodge for a little bit with the slight, but the pressure mid is actually going to drag PYW away from bottom lane, so FY is successful in his objective of getting somebody to rotate away from bot. And I don't think it's going to be changing things too much. Top lane, leading commander, loves a 1v1. 17-7 against Yang's 11-4.
Amount of experience as well, so all of these boars summoned, they're easy targets for you.
They're all doing good damage. FY chops one cog. That doesn't actually get him out of it. He's still pretty tanky though. But I have absolutely zero hope for Vici's draft if they lose their lanes. Like, so yeah, they have to win their lanes, and they have to get the Ricky and the Ember just running around everywhere, killing people, right? And Ember's guaranteed to have a bad start, so it basically has to be Ricky running around everywhere, killing people. Man, these poor couriers are just getting terrorized at bottom.
Reminds me of that with shuttling Scotty with Penguin, that the bounty threatening.
Oh, right. Yeah. Took me a second to catch on. I was like, what are you? Yeah. yeah, I remember all that. Man, was that really TI8? Turned around, old 11, chasing Yang, has an orb of venom. Couple more hits, Yang trying to juke, it's not gonna happen. Old 11 secures the kill. FY was running up here, but not even needed. And there comes out the tip. Somnus just standing his ground against the clockwork, not blinking away at all. Doesn't care. Little ringer regen quad this game, Danog. Interesting.
Base regen. I mean, it's be growing in popularity. It's that next thing to hit the nerf. You'd say that he was yeah, for these sort of things and adjusting here.
Bringing Carapace, damage on the FY, but Quap should be able to force them back. This mid lane has actually just become 2v2. Eurus is getting forced out at bottom. Chalice guessing just fine, really. That's Nova getting dived on. Wanted that bounty, he did get it, but he's gonna pay for it with his life. Chalice manning up. Let's have the waveform. I think hoping to get the kill onto DY, but doesn't have the bottom for the adaptive stroke as well. So we'll just have to walk this one off. What ended up happening top? Did you see? Okay. All right, this time around, this bounty room secured. Good stuff.
Got it. Secure.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Keep this pressure on. So I was able to just continue stirring the Ember Spirit. Child's getting chased down a little bit at bottom. They seem to keep her with a lot of mid, so no one really here to help out. But top lane continues to be breezed for old 11. He's taking quite a lot of damage off these boars, though. Now needs to be a little bit careful. FY's running in. Okay, stuns the boards, does not stun Yang. Old 11 just relying on the moment of courage procs to heal him up here. As FY pops this back to Carapace to no avail.
Oh man, back into the tower, those against some free.
Yeah, and Somnus now has an arcane rune at mid. 2 nulls and some gloves of haste. Plenty of right click damage with the Ember. Perhaps to approach. He's got the Sonic Wave that he would probably like to use before too long. Could try and make a counter rotation somewhere else. Chalice is getting plinked. He's not getting too much help. Has Xnova been stacking at all over here? Yeah, there is actually a stack on the camp. Triple. Triple.
I mean, Somnos doesn't even need that stack. He's
No.
1,200 over this Ember Spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing just fine. The only bright spot is Ricky. You're still getting some pretty good levels since the full tri-lane got broken up pretty quickly. Ori's just in the jungle. But yeah, I'm worried about the pacing for Vici so far. It does seem to me like LGD core is all doing just fine, and this Queen of Pain plus Legion should be more than enough to fight off the Vici lineup for early stages of the game. And it's not like Morphling can't participate at all, right? Chalice can still he can throw out some spells. He can get a morph into the Ember or something and throw out his chains. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. He can also have an impact.
And that's the rough decision. Who do you exactly go on? Because Front Raw's a lot to mid, and not hitting the Legion command, who's already very tanky, sitting right up at the top. You can easily push.
Yeah. POWs appear now. Both melee supports hitting around a lot in the early game, but I would definitely prefer to have Assassin overall heading into any kind of like mid-late game scenario. If they're not getting kills, like I think Clockwork can be amazing, right? If he's gets off to a super fast start and like your support Clockwork is even threatening cores, but that's not the game that we're in here. Legion Commander is fine, and both the other cores have easy escapes against the Clockwork, so he's mostly just here to terrorize the supports and maybe protect the egg a little bit. Europe is rotated top. A little bit of damage on the Clockwork. Although I'm thinking about the duel. In comes the jump. Can they get this win? Roar coming through. They're protecting PYW. Omnis has come in for the turnaround. He's got that Sonic Wave and he laid out. Eurus also trying to escape. FY chasing him. Stun coming through. Can they get the Scream in range? FY actually had it right, but Somnus a little bit off the mark, and Ori with the jump forward into the chains. They're doing the damage and they will get the turnaround. After all it's said and done, it's a 2 for 2, but definitely way bigger kills on the side of Vici Gaming.
Value taking out those top two. Ricky present for, was he there? It's the follow-up kill once.
No, he was there for both. He jumped in as soon as the duel happened. So
didn't have the smoke screen. Yeah,
no. I mean, but this is a notable build. Well, smoke got immediately broken. Oregon run into both the supports. X Nova in big danger. A decent stun from FY, but that's just one more kill from Vici. Okay, so now the Ricky is moving, and this is where things maybe get a little more tricky for the dude.
Not tricky for.
No, not tricky for Ricky. He's doing just fine. Evan, all right, he wanted the outpost. He's not going to get it. Both teams do get some experience, but DY immediately snipes away this bottom outpost. Bounty roots once again look to be collected, but that's just because Ori won't. The bottom Chalice getting gone on, morphing a lot. Starting to hit the forward double in a second for Yang, and along with his Necrobook, I don't know if F4's going to be able to save Chalice. Just get the stun on the DY, but that's about it. Somnus arrives with a haster. DY just going to go for the TP. Yeah, unfortunately, they had the Arcane Rune at top, so Sonic Wave is back off cooldown. Yang going to keep on fighting. Ori moving into position. It's only 1 point in the chain. Somnus just getting the bottle sips going, looking to continue the fight. They do also have the TP coming in from the Ricky, though, and here comes the damage. Somnus with the last little bit of haste will be able to evade. Eurus instead turns his attention over towards FY. He's got the Spiked Carapace off cooldown. I'm going to look for the stun first. Gets it onto everything. Now the Spiked Carapace is going to protect him. He could also pop his tome. I don't think it's going to be enough mana to get Vendetta off as Chalice arrives to get this party.
Just surviving a little bit. It's a healthy little bounty that you can now kill him in, but yeah, just get the deny.
I think he thought the adaptive strike was on the Necro. Oh, Ricky jumps past onto X Nova, but he's already taking that damage, and Chalice has got him. Sitting right on top of the sentry the entire time. So, well, that really hurts losing your Ricky like that. cannot afford to be slowed down this game. Old 11 battling his way out at top, staying inside of the creep wave to avoid the battery assault damage, and now trying to juke out as X-Nova arrives with the pushback. PYW that's gonna latch onto him. FY coming in to try and save his buddy, but X-Nova is trapped deep inside the call. Old 11 thinking about the duel, doesn't even need it. Now they get the duel over up to Ori. Sox also turns up. Can they get the duel when they can't, but they can still get the kill. Very nice for Somnus picking up that, ending the streak. That's going to be his 4 staff completed. So even once the smoke screen comes online, there's going to be an answer already on the side of MVP.
And that's the thing for Eurus. He's gone for this heavy style of build, but skill progression doesn't really match up with it. In that previous team fight, they picked off the Queen of Pain, and he had even the 1 point in this stuff. As a result, we've got the 1 kill. And levels behind. Offlaner now with all the left.
I don't know if they would have gotten the quap with point and smoke screen, right? Because he had haste. Going in. If I'm gonna get out of these cogs, but he can't break those cogs. Old 11 running in, the battle for these sentry wards. Rating will be able to keep theirs alive. Or just going for a drum. I have to say that he's actually done a really good job after the way that his lane went to now just go and rotate around everywhere and set up a bunch of kills. Though Vici still definitely losing the game currently, and I still don't know quite how they bring it back. DY is going to go and soak his 6 up top. I guess they do have Necro 2 on the Beastmaster, so they can kind of rally behind Yang. FY comes here, feel confident with the section of the Beast, and Chalice swoops in to secure the kill. Very nice for him. And maybe not done just yet. Old 11 gets the blink. Duel PYW is pretty tanky, so I don't think they're quite going to get the duel victory, but nice knockback into a stun, good coordination, and they spoon feed yet another kill to their carry. Chalice thanks them for that, and then goes on his merry way. Gonna keep on fighting.
Well, for them, Ori here, he's gone, as you said, this build, at least he's quick buy. Very hard for them because all the rotations doesn't actually getting much done. Hopefully lab it up online at the same time to play available on US, but seems like they're putting a lot of it into the one basket, and that makes some tough decisions. Going to just back up this Beastmaster, or are they going into another lane to try and take?
Okay, they've got ultis on both of the supports, so it seems like that's why the Vici are rotating around right now, bringing the Beastmaster in tow as well with the Roar. PSG.LGD, they want this tier 1 tower, but is that going to be there on doing? POW jumps forward, they throw out the Phoenix Sun. They are actually getting a jump on the other side. Old 11 locked down by the Roar. They bring down the Nyx Assassin. Can they also get the Legion Commander? Old 11 getting up onto the high ground, but he is under the vision of the Hawk. They're going to keep on canceling his block, trying to get forward. X-Nova trying with the blinding light to keep Old 11 alive. Gives him the mana for the heal, but here comes the chains, and then this could be the end of him. Nice 2 pickoffs. Vici Gaming, definitely what they needed, and holding on to their tier 1 tower just that little bit longer.
Now, they've already taken out this tier 1 on the butt side of the lane, and see Yang start to put some pressure on the tier 2. Taking the ancient stack already, making sure for full advantage of that dire side. Tier 2 item.
Yeah, pretty nice. Morphling still just farming. Chalice going for the Lincoln Sphere this game. So slow build, but they've still got a lot of time, right? Tier 1 mid still fully healthy. Tier 1 top pretty healthy. Blind gets used, but POW doesn't necessarily know who else is around here, so I'm not gonna try for the kill on the Coddle. They've actually found out Beastmaster on the other side. This is like should be a duel win. Spiked Carapace even catching the Phoenix. But it looks like they did not want to try and go any further onto DY.
Except Phil's got, what, 3 successful duels off? But that was actually the...
yeah. There you go. Handle damage for Old 11. I get deceptive because it seems like he's had such a good game and he's gotten so many duels, but... Well, he actually, he must have gotten an earlier one, right? Because he only just leveled up to 12, I suppose.
Yeah.
Still no pew just yet. They've got the drum on the Ember, but it's just a bunch of, this has become change. They need the real items. They're not really getting them just yet. And fighting on their side of the map, not really where they want to be necessarily. Morphling is just soaking up all the space. Bo3 also taking out Ancients over on the Radiant side. He's just going for a Blade Mill. And Vici, what can they find? Well, X-Nova's dead. POW finds him out, gets the solo kill.
It's a nice build coming up from Old 11 as well, building into that Blade Mail earlier on. He realizes, look, Vici, if you want to go this falling style, have a lot of this AoE damage coming Spirit, we're happy to right back to you.
Yeah, and he's going to be the front lines a lot as well. Right? He's the initiator, but he's also the front line for the team. Vici smoked up. Don't have any Hawk vision. They really want this mid-level tower. Gonna come in here, try for a little bit of a D-ward. Can they get Queen of Pain? He blinks across, force staff immediately just to get out of range. Sonic Wave to push them back. The Phoenix Sun is being popped to the half blink, not quite pushed back into the roar. But here comes the Will-O-Wisp saving him, puts the blind. X-Nova saves him completely, and now the wave going forward. Chalice looking for a little bit more. That got the 2 kill, should be easy. Clean up, Morphling stuck inside of the smokescreen, finally gets the morph off, and now Old 11 able to keep on chasing. They lose 3, and what a save from X-Nova.
Just enabling him to survive that extra second longer. Somnus as well. He's just popped his double damage to be able to turn that around. Picks up Pastry. And it just seemed like a little bit of miscommunication coming from Vici Gaming. There were 3 couriers heading towards the mid lane that would have revealed the smoke gank, but it's like Ricky's there. You're not picking up the Queen of Pain before X-Nova has the time to realize that. The Diffuse Blade was one of those key. A little bit key for it.
Oh, but get the chains! Oh my word, that was lucky. That was in the middle of the creep wave. And Ori still managed to get the chains on the Quap. Alright, well, there you go. Okay. You can't have the Reaper for that long. They will get a dual victory down at bottom, picking off PYW. But with the Queen in dead, Vici once again sets the sights on this T1 tower.
And now they're a lot more confident to take it because they don't have that fear of the wave coming.
Radiant's middle tower.
Top and worse are still focusing on their path.
Fly running in. Max Carrot is locked down. Ember 2-man stun. Ricky also being locked down. Ember just commits to the fight, throws out the chains. Big dive through from DK, slowing everybody up. Yang in the back line with the roar, chops down. X-Nova getting targeted by Ricky. Defeatably doing its work, or he doesn't really have mana for a combo. Clubs come back in just a second. They need to be careful. Keep trying to escape. Eurus get the blink away. Good teamwork from Vici, but a dive forward. Cal's wanting to chase a little bit further, but he dives into the smoke screen. They need to be careful. His HP here. They force out the Nova. Vici using it to cover their retreat, and they will once again be denied this big T1 tower.
Such that it just shows the right what difference it makes fighting with the Quap versus with. Even though they got so low on Vici Gaming's side, they were able to take out the LGD. The Queen and Pain has to repeat it.
They're still going to try and channel it. Both of them going for it. The matter result is here. They're turning the Will-O-Wisp. Did they actually? No, they both. Okay, they got the outpost. Just in, and they paid for it with Legion Commander's life. But, otherwise, they would not have gotten any experience. That was a desperate play.
I suppose they're trying to stop the snowball, and they can, but a Legion Commander can way to do it.
Yeah, I still think it's worth though, right? It's what 350 experience per hero for just the Legion.
Yeah, plus the Will-O-Wisp though.
Yeah, that's true. But then if Will-O-Wisp being down costs them the mid-tier 1 tower, then I would maybe say it's a bit of a problem. But Vici seemingly again cannot force it. FY is actually just wasting a bunch of their time over here. I don't know if Yang even knows that he's. I think Yang's just doing what he's doing. I don't actually think that he knows that FY is in the area, but FY is hunting it.
What's that Necro book? He's gonna know.
Yeah, very quickly. They're pinging. FY doesn't have a ton of duration left. DY and Eurus not too far behind. Here comes the Necrobook pop. The roar comes out, but there is a spike Carapace. Charles gonna try and help out. FY low. Charles gonna morph into the Ricky. pop himself away. Old 11 still hanging around here. To get out, he gets out of the cover of the Hawk, and a great hook shot in for BYW. No easy way for Old 11 to escape, and no one really here to help him out. Blade Mail doing good work. BYW getting a lot of the reflected damage, but Yurit's happy with the full kill. And over at top, being caught out by Ori. That's 2 kills for Vici across the map. Ori needing a little bit more mana, just actually turning around with his illusions and fighting back the Queen of Pain. Nicely done by him.
Some great individual skill there shown by Vici. They got the bigger finger, able to turn it around onto the next assassin. They had too much follow-up, so...
Yeah, I guess they were just hoping that they could move the Morphling and the LC in there and get some value out of that Vendetta, but... Alright, again, here comes this is the question. Vici Gaming, can you finally finish the mid-tier 1 tower? There's a double damage Morphling to defend, they've got the Will-O-Wisp back up cooldown, and it seems like maybe they can't. They've got the Orchid on the Quap as well, which is going to be very problematic for this Vici side. Ori is just going for the BKB build-up, and he's gone for the Flame Guard DPS.
As attack speed as well. And has been put out under dust.
Yeah, trying to get some into the Clockwork now. Old 11 looking for the jump in, and this time they will get the dual victory damage. Eurus might look for some kind of a turner. The Will-O-Wisp dragging in the Beastmaster. X-Nova knocking him right into the middle of there, and that is a double kill for Chalice. They are giving this man all the help that he needs to get to the shotgun and to be able to put them on his back after that.
Happy to push out the top side. He's going into his Shiva's Guard next, so falling style build. Game's really starting to pick up his 35 kills at the first sort of thing to what we saw first time around.
Yeah. But Vici's lineup maybe not the same level of staying power here, so do need to keep that in mind. The clock is kind of ticking. Ricky's just going for the battle fury. This is a very standard build, kind of keep your progression going. But the Beastmaster's always going to fall off. The Ember just hasn't really had much of a game to begin with, and I say that he is the #1 net worth over on this dire side, and FY looking for him up top. If he presses the Flame Guard, is looking very dead. Spike Therapist actually not working out, but okay, they still just check him with the silence, and they are going to get the kill.
Out of mana, so he couldn't even ruin it. Got battery assaults ticking on both.
Yeah, I was looking for the solo kill. Old 11, Blade Mail running forward. They don't have enough mana for the Supernova. They will get the roar for the Legion Commander, but Old 11 is pretty tanky. It's taking them a while to finish that kill. Chalice gets backed off with the cogs, will lay down some cogs of his own, and then just retreat out. LGD not really thinking about this fight. Somnus just wants damage on the tier 2 tower at top, and LGD just gonna reset to fight another day.
Nice play coming out there from DY, making sure he turned his Sun Ray so it would interrupt Blink Dagger on the Legion. Or otherwise, I don't think that's time.
Yeah, Somnus getting pressured, but he's got the Force Staff. Silence the Ricky. So it's gonna be okay. Unfortunate for them, the hookshot was on cooldown. I think maybe there's maybe the kill there with the like hook cog pushback kind of a thing.
Not the shotgun, but all of Dire is sitting in the shop.
Yeah, all of Dire are buying hoods as fast as they can. Preparing for what they know is coming on this Morphling. Chalice #1 on net worth, 7-1-2. Having a pretty good game. The Triland are really not about it too much in the end, and LGD smoked up. Do they see nobody on the mid lane? The Ember was here not long ago, and FY gonna lead them out of the high ground. He's got the Meteor Hammer ready. They do know that Ricky is over here, courtesy of their ward. They're going for the wraparound. I'm just waiting for heroes to walk in towards them. They're going to go in for the jump onto the Phoenix. Also looking for the Beastmaster. Can they keep the Phoenix alive? Hook shot in, but the Will-O-Wisp is picking up the fight. Beastmaster can't escape. Old 11 trapped into the cog, but he's happy to be there. Just leading into DY. Ori's gonna pop his BKB, but Chalice is got like 3 dead already, and Chalice is gonna keep on fighting. Ori doing everything he can, but now he gets chained up. Nicely done by the Morphling, locking him down beyond godlike. Is Chalice with the triple kill. They only lose the Legion Commander and Eurus was the next target, but don't have any detection for him. So the end of that team fight and another convincing win for LGD. I mean, they're kind of in the area of the pit, but I don't think they can actually take Roche here. Ooh, Ricky's about to show. Be careful. Okay. Meteor Hammer, not even needed. Chalice had the damage to finish him off. Well, very nice fight for LGD.
And good target prioritization as well, realizing DY is the one that can turn these fights around. He has several things through, but they're in a shape to
yeah, Radiance again revealing the positioning of the Phoenix. Roshan's kind of low though. PW. I'm faking the hookshot, but not gonna actually go for it. There is Radiant Vision, but it's not actually on the high ground. And LGD just going for another smoke. And I know they need to go. They revealed themselves a little bit on the midway, but only if Vici are watching. DY being the target once again. Manages to dive away, so she gets beaten up all this time around. Ever BKB, she can cover with the Sonic Wave, always clearing him up. He does slow down, get the door damage. It's a 2 for 2, much cleaner this time around. As Morphling does get caught by the super stun, but he just doesn't have to worry really. He's a little bit too tanky. Vici thinks about turning back around on, but the Sunray as now Ricky arrives. Challenge is gonna have to make his escape as X-Nova gets behind, and Vici, have they done it?
They've booked it straight to Roshan, but LGD, they don't want to know any piece of that. Okay. Wisp available.
Yeah, they buy back. So important that they managed to, well, that they've got this ward, so the smoke breaks, and then DY able to get the dive away. Otherwise, in Phoenix just instantly dead again. Not good big impact. But surprisingly good for Vici, given that they didn't have the Ricky until like the last moment.
And now he has the battle fury.
Yep.
A lot more impact on his team. It's a much stronger fucking at it than it used to be, especially if you're able to catch more inside those pockets.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see stick and instead of maybe like either inside of the pit. Let's go Hawk here. DY is heading over. F-White exchange up and immediately Yang trying to walk in with the spider legs. He doesn't quite get it. The Will-O-Wisp is keeping him out. F-White gets still done up the Ember Spirit. They do. There's the door. He didn't get the BKB off and Chalice locked down. Well, Chalice gets the kill, locking down Ori. Donovan's finding a little bit more. PYW also caught, but gets the hook over into the pit. But unfortunately got Carapace, looks like on the way through. What can he actually do? Looks like nothing. Beyond got like streak getting extended. Chalice in his stupid hat. Having a great game.
I'm a short right now. Look.
Yeah. You can't convince me otherwise. It's a stupid hat, but
that's the appeal, you know. Haven't you ever had like stupid hat day at work?
No, I haven't.
What's
your stupidest hat that you can find in your house right now? Take a picture for me.
I'm honestly not much of a hat person.
Okay. I actually have some pretty stupid hats. It's like a pirate hat, and I got a jester hat. Assassinating gone on here, but saved by the evil display. Ricky silenced up. There's the dust, there's the stun, there's the kill. One more for Chalice as a roll on the back line looking for the Nyx Assassin, but he gets constant spike Carapace and we're forced into popping the BKB just to get that one kill, and now Commander coming over looking for the jump of the Phoenix. That's not going to help you out too much. That silence from the Morphling preventing the cog pushback. It won't be able to save the egg. And Morphling else is having a lot of fun at this point. The feeling a bit unstoppable.
They're not even keep playing the momentum going. You've got another 30 seconds with no hook shot, you've got no fork, you've got no supernova, and you've still got the ages.
They've got no Ricky, so PSG.LGD basically through the tier 3 tower and looking like they are going to be taking this one fairly easily. Not enough to keep that alive, paying full damage, raining down the auto attacks. There are still tier 2 standing in both bottom and top, so, and actually a tier 1 at bottom. So we can't really go for anything further than us being on a 14k net worth lead, over 20k experience, and win probabilities piling on them as well, 93% 7.
It's free real estate for some down on this bottom side. He's going to farm up a couple of days, rotate jungle. Do they even have all of the items? It feels like there's too much battling going. Last one. And Quiver as well.
What do we got? We got Paladin Sword, Quiver versus Spider Leg versus Paladin Sword, Spider Legs, Fairy Fire. So, very similar setups for both teams. Yours actually needs to be careful with the Battle Fury. Why can just carapace him on that? Alright, maybe not expecting that he was going to immediately trick the trade. He's still staying on top of him with the gem though, and just waiting for the rest of the team to get here. Meteor Hammers, the follow-up stun. Come on, guys, where are you? Where are you? We're still locked at him. Alright, here comes Gold 11. Softened him up. And then the dual damage. 156. For the little
Yang doing his best to try and make a push into the top side, but that
Chalice. Alright, is that going to be his Aegis? Looks like it will be. One more stop from Worry. He's in pretty deep. His team's coming to help him. He's a carry player now. He's got the baby on the chat wheel. That's how you know.
He's always had a bit of a personality for Chalice. I think we go 40 seconds for Ricky. You can still be feeling very confident.
Spamming Spike Therapist. Meteor Hammer is going to get blocked by the glyph, not do that by Vici, but themselves a few more seconds. Trying to get Ricky back into the game. Legion Commander constantly getting fueled up with the Chakra Magic, able to keep on pumping at the heals, keeping everybody healthy in the face of the spam. Vici really good a lot, and as the Beast Buster walks forward, they got the Lewis covering the door. Sonic Wave onto 2, they find the Phoenix Kill Orb, just trying to escape the cover of his beacon, and they're not going to see where you go. He was hoping for the hook shot, but he didn't find it. It still survived via courtesy of the instant string, but this is LGD base now. Taking out the Tier Tower, Ricky finally respawning, but she have had enough. LGD going to be taking this to 2-0. Where did it all go wrong for you, for Vici in this game?
I think just some of the execution. They went for this brawl style, didn't work out for them, then they felt like they had to go into a battle fury just to keep Ricky some relevance in the game, but we saw a couple of times FY was just able to travel him around and